Good morning, everyone. The Franklin County Election Board has completed a test of the county's DS200 precinct counter ahead of Tuesday's municipal public primary election. Polls will open at 7 a.m. on Tuesday and close at 8 p.m. If you're voting by mail or absentee ballot, all voted ballots must be received by Franklin County Voter Registration Office, North 2nd Street by 8 p.m. Tuesday, May 20th. Postmarks will not count. Chambersburg Water reports Long Pine Reservoir water level now at 8 feet below the spillway, and the reservoir is now 79% full. That's an increase of nearly 4 feet over the last 2 days as of May 16th. We are only 5 feet from the reservoir being at full seasonal normal. On Wednesday, the Franklin County Commissioners joined Salvation Army Majors Christopher and Ashley Mulk, staff board members, and other supporters of the Salvation Army of Chambersburg in proclaiming May 12th through May 18th to be National Salvation Army Week in Franklin County. Franklin Fire Company. Last Friday morning, there was a crash. Squad 41, Engine 43, and fire police responded at 8:15 a.m. for the vehicle accident. Units arrived in the 4000 block of Sunset Pike, finding 3 vehicles and a small bus involved. Crews handled fluid leaks and debris removal, while EMS transported 2 patients. Fire police shut down Sunset Pike for a short period. Well, hopefully everyone's okay there. And it's time for the police report. Yes, the police report. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. On April 19th at approximately 2:23 hours, CPD responded to this 100 block of Central Avenue for a reported shooting. On May 6, 2025, Fields was apprehended by Polk County Sheriff Office in Florida. CPD would like to thank Polk County Sheriff's Department and the U.S. Marshal Service for assisting with apprehending Fields. If you have any information regarding to the fight before the shooting or any other information about the shooting, you can contact CPD or leave a tip on the Crime Watch website. April 18, 2025, CPD was dispatched to Rally House located on Norland Avenue for a forgery that occurred on April 17, 2025. Employees reported that the female pictured paid for merchandise with a counterfeit $50 bill. The pictured individual is a person of interest, but not necessarily a suspect at this time. If you believe you have any information that can assist the police with identifying or locating this person, please contact Chambersburg Police Department or leave a tip on Crime Watch. April 20th, 2025, CPD had contact with Jerome Lattimore, who was found to be in possession of marijuana. Lattimore's charges were filed for 1 count of possession of a small amount of marijuana. May 2nd, 2025, at approximately 15:55 hours, LaRose Aziz was involved in a vehicle accident in the 1100 block of Lincoln Way East. Aziz fled the scene of the accident and failed to exchange information with the victim or contact 911. Aziz was charged for his involvement. May 11, 2025, at approximately 3:20 p.m., a female entered Giant Food Stores, Wayne Avenue. The subject placed a barcode of a lower value onto a flower arrangement and checked out of the store, not paying full retail price. The pictured individual is a person of interest, but not necessarily a suspect at this time. If you have information that can assist the police with identifying or locating this person, please contact the Chambersburg Police Department. April 24, 2025 at 5:24 p.m., CPD officers were dispatched to the intersection of 8th Street and East Catherine for a report of hit and run. The victim advised that a white cream-colored sedan rear-ended her while she was at the above intersection. The victim explained that the white cream-colored sedan left the area without providing any information. The vehicle left the area towards South Colebrook area. If you believe you have information that can assist the police with identifying or locating this person, please submit a tip. May 4th, 2025, CPD was dispatched to the 400 block of West Loudon Street for a fight involving two intoxicated males. After further investigation, it was determined that Nathan Lynn Haynes was involved in the altercation. Both males were charged with one count of public drunkenness. On May 4th, 2025, CPD officers were dispatched to the 400 block of West Loudon Street for a fight involving two intoxicated males. After further investigation, it was determined that Norman Starlipper was involved in the altercation. Both males were charged with public drunkenness. Jason Thomas Terahune has been charged with one count each of possession of a controlled substance and retail theft after prescription medication was stolen from a business on East Main Street on April 23rd at 4:12 p.m. The Borough of Waynesboro mourns the passing of Mayor Richard Dick Starlipper, Waynesboro, PA. It is with deep sadness that the Borough of Waynesboro announces the passing of Mayor Richard Dick Starlipper. Mayor Starlipper passed away peacefully on May 16, 2025 at the age of 87. The funeral procession for Mayor Richard Starlipper will depart Grove Bowersox Funeral Home immediately following the 11 a.m. service on Thursday, May 22nd, turning left on South Broad Street, then left on East Main Street, pausing in front of Borough Hall. The procession will continue to the intersection at Potomac Street and then turn left to Green Hill Cemetery. And in the Pennsylvania State Police reports, April 30th, 2025, attempt to locate Menser Gap Road, Quincy Township. PSP responded to a found juvenile. PSP Chambersburg investigating. May 6, 2025, burglary, commercial, force, Old Scotland Road, Green Township. The victim, a 51-year-old female. Also, on-point storage. Chambersburg PSP is responding to the above location for a report of criminal mischief. PSP Chambersburg investigating. May 4th, 2025, criminal mischief under $1,000, Walnut LP Greenview Drive, Antrim Township. The arrestee, Brianne Cruz, 21-year-old female, Greencastle, PA. The victim, Austin Smith, 24-year-old male, Smithsburg, Maryland. PSP Chambersburg was dispatched to the above location for criminal mischief. Through investigation, it was determined the defendant did knowingly and intentionally damage the victim's Xbox One with an ice scraper. Charges to be filed through the district court. April 20th, 2025, DUI on view drugs, 81 South Green Township. The arrestee, David Kutz, 67, male, Mount Holly Springs, PA. PSP Chambersburg initiated a traffic stop on a male that was discovered to be under the influence and in possession of marijuana. Charges filed. PSP investigating. May 14, 2025, indecent exposure, Anthony Highway, Quincy Township. The arrestee, Zachary Travis, 35-year-old male, Waynesboro, PA. The victim, Sean Reilly, 44-year-old male, Waynesboro, PA. PSP Chambersburg was dispatched to the above location for indecent exposure. Through the investigation, it was determined the defendant did knowingly and intentionally expose their buttocks and genitals towards the victim. The defendant then came up to the victim's window and began to shout nonsense at the victim. Charges to be filed to the district court. Trooper Bartorillo investigating. May 16, 2025, private property crash, Ebert Spring Court, Antrim Township. Involved, 2010 Honda Motor Company, 2009 Black Kia Motors. PSP Chambersburg responding for a private property crash. PSP Chambersburg investigating. And it's time for Weird Stuff in the News. Get ready for a unique race experience. The Carolina Foothills Resort, a nudist resort in Spartanburg County, South Carolina, is holding its annual Buck Creek Streak 5K on June 14th, and a record 161 people have already signed up to run, clothing optional. As Tom Crowder from the resort's board pointed out, if you go to the turkey trot, drop your drawers and you'll probably gonna be arrested, highlighting the singular nature of this event. This year also features a special 7.3K option to commemorate the race's founder, Mike Ward. First-time visitors will need to visit the resort to register by June 13th and pass a background check, while returning guests can register on race day. The registration fee includes a free lunch and access to the clothing optional resort for the day. With record numbers, it sounds like a memorable event. Okay, well, that race you won't see on ESPN. And that's been on the news for today, May 19, 2025. I'm Frank. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you again tomorrow. Have a good one.